Assalamualaikum, welcome to RK. This is an 110 kilowatt WEG motor. Here is the stator part. You can see here is the winding part. The windings, this motor is basically re-winded. It was burned previously. Here is the rotor part. Here is some gears, nut bolts, o-rings, circlip and plates, accessories we can call it. Gears with a close look. Here is the gearbox. After the burning accident, we re-winded this motor, and now we are going to reassemble this motor. This is the inside plate that will hold the bearings from inside. There is an inside bushing, we can call it, for this bearing. We are heating it up so that we can install it at the rotor shaft easily. As you can see, it's difficult to install these things, so we are using hammer to make the work easier. We are checking the dimensions, and dimension is okay. Now second part. Here we are going to use 7211 BEGAP bearing. This part requires 2 notch bearing. At first we are going to give some heat so that it will expand and we can install this bearing easily. This is the freeload side. We are using completely new bearings. After heating up, now time for installation. Another bearing installed. While installing these bearings, we have to be very careful, because if you missed anything, if you miss any dimension, if you cannot install it perfectly, then again motor will be burnt or motor will be damaged. Time for second one. This also the same model. These are also coming with same model, that is a 7211 BEGAP. We are using this hammer very carefully so that there is no damage in bearing. This is a small plate that will hold the bearing from outside. Nut bolts should be perfectly tightened, so we are checking and rechecking it again and again. Now let's check the dimensions again with slide calipers. This is the another bearing, and the model you have seen on a screen. This bearing is one kind of unique, right? You can see this bearing, we are not installing it at the rotor side, we are installing it directly at gearbox side. Here is the circlip to hold this bearing. We are using a circlip plier to easily install this circlip. Each of the person in this video is very much professional, and they exactly know how to do it. Now circlip part is complete. Our rotor side is ready now. time to take it out. As you can see, this motor is really massive, and the overall weight of this motor is around 950 kg, so around 1 ton actually. Now we are going to install o-ring. Basically this o-ring should be installed at the stator side, and we will install it at the stator side. Here, as you can see, we are trying to install it, as due to gravity this o-ring is coming out, so we are cleaning it properly, and now we will apply grease. This grease will hold this o-ring. In the meantime, we can install the gearbox with the stator side. As you can see, everyone carefully applied grease, and o-ring is already installed. As you can see, o-ring is holding upside. Now time for gearbox installation. While installing gearbox, the stator side is lifted up with a forklift, and as you can see, stator is now connected with gearbox. Here is the inside view. As you can see the bearing, right? They are checking all the nut bolts, either it is fitted accurately or not. Now we will install the back side of the motor with a rotating shaft. This backside cover should be installed correctly. As you can see, it's completely in touch with bearings, right? Instead of applying directly hammer, we are using wooden block. As you can see, it's almost done, and we are applying more and more grease so that we can install it easily. And it seems like it's done. See, it's moving. These are Allen key nut bolts. They are checking each of the nut bolts tightness accurately. Here is another o-ring. This o-ring installed perfectly. You can see the stator side and rotor side, both are now completely ready to be assembled. As this rotor side itself is very heavy and stator part is also very heavy, we are using this forklift, and we have taken it out so that we can install it perfectly. This part is very sensitive. As you can see, if you do any mistake, then this rotor will be damaged, so we are very careful in this. time to insert this rotor part inside of this stator part. This part is satisfying, but this part is very sensitive and crucial. As you can see, if you do any mistake while inserting this rotor, either stator winding can be damaged or bearing can be damaged. So any mistake will ended up with a lot of mess. As you can see, we perfectly assembled this motor. Now we are installing and putting all the nut bolts. Our motor is almost ready. For your kind information, this is a 110 kilowatt WEG motor. Supply voltage is 400 and RPM is 2980, if I am not wrong. It's a huge motor. We are checking each of the nut bolts so that there is no loose nut bolts. Induction motor theories, AC motor, DC motor, in your academic books, o-rings, oil seal, bearings, these parts are not included. The only purpose of this video is that you can learn what is inside of a 110 kilowatt motor, what equipment are manufacturer using to make this motor. It's almost ready, and you can see the height of this motor. It's huge. Now time for the gear installation. After gear installation, we will do mega test to check the insulation resistance. Our motor is now fully ready to operate. Thanks for watching my video. Hope you like my video, and please don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. See the full video and learn. Here is the mega test result. Once again, thanks for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe.